welcome back to Don Podcast. You know it's your boy Puff Don the Ultimate, right? Woo! It is 2024, and I just want to say a round of applause to everyone who have made it to the new year. And the crowd goes wild. Woo! Now listen up, all right? I also want to say my heart goes out to everyone who have lost someone and someone who did not make it to 2024. My condolences goes out to you and your family and us here from Akushi Production. Really, we're praying for you. We want you to have strength and courage to keep the fight going, all right? So before we begin into this week's episode, I want to encourage you guys again to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We are growing. We are finally at 200 subscribers. Our next goal is to get to 500, then to get to 1,000. But we can't do that without you guys. If you guys don't share my videos, if you guys don't comment on my videos, you guys don't like my videos and let me know what's going on, if you guys don't get interactive with me, then we will not grow. Guys, I have been doing some phenomenal episodes. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people, but not in the comment section. I want you guys to go down in the comment section and comment Team Akuchi. That's it. Just say Team Akuchi. If you like what we're doing over here, just comment Team Akuchi. I feel like me and my team, we're doing a good job. We're getting good information out there. And that's what we want to do the same thing. We want to keep the same thing going, but we want to reach more people. We want to get our audience bigger. We want to touch more households, right? And that's our plan for 2024. But hold on. I ain't gonna get into that now yet. Right? You gotta stick around because this episode is gonna be about 2024, right? Stay tuned, stay here, don't go, like, share, subscribe the video of Don Podcast.
Folks only negativity. Wait, these fuckers, they won't like this. Got them all on my head list. I know they won't like this. I know they gon' fight this. But they cannot break this. And they cannot change this.
Welcome back to Don Podcast, guys. But hold on, remember, I always said, man, stay hydrated. Drink your water. We need water. We can't survive without water. Your car can't work without water. Nothing can work without water. Your body can't function correctly without some agua, right? So, listen up, man. This week's episode of Don Podcast, right? It's a new year. It is a new year. It is 2024. And if you are not excited for the new year, you better be excited because this is going to be a phenomenal year. I'm already calling it for myself, right? I'm already saying, Don Podcast, we are going to have a great year this year, right? Today is the 1st of January. Right, I'm recording this video on the first day of the New Year's, right? I am saying it. I am visualizing a phenomenal year for myself and Akuchi Production and Don Podcast, right? And all my friends, all my viewers who are watching, I am blessing you guys. I am saying you guys are going to have a great year. We want to have a year that we will never forget. A year full of so much success that we will never forget 2024, right? But before success comes, you have to work, right? Before the rainbow comes, you have to have rain, right? So you have to put in the groundwork, all right? You have to have faith. You have to believe that you are going to have a great year. You have to talk it into existence. And that's what we are doing here today on Don Podcast. But today on Don Podcast, we're going to be talking about New Year resolution. Listen, man, everybody have New Year resolution, right? You believe, and I do believe the same thing, that the 1st of January gives you a time and a day to refresh and restart, right? To continue what you were doing last year, or to even stop what you were doing last year and start fresh, right? So that's what the New Year resolution is. A goal that you set for yourself that you want to accomplish this year, and you're going to start on the first day of the year, which is January 1st. But hold on, wait a minute. I've been on this earth for 24 years now, right? And I've seen a lot of stuff happen, a lot of cycle, where people make New Year resolution, and by the second week of January, they totally forgot about it, and they go back to being square one. It happens every year. Okay, on the first day of the year, I'm going to go to the gym. For 1 week straight, they're consistent. For the second week, they're wishy-washy. And the third week, you do not see them again in the gym. That's the most popular New Year resolution that I've seen since I've been on this earth. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to start working out. And after the third week, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. After the first month, you don't see them jokers again, right? So, New Year resolution. Feel me? Everyone have it, but not everybody stick to it. You have to stick to it, bro. You have to stick to it, brother. You have to stick to it, sister. You have to go through the entire process and the journey. It does not happen overnight. You have to stay committed. You have to stay consistent. And if you guys realize, I use this word all the time, it's consistency. Right? You have to be committed to the dream. You have to be committed to the purpose. And even when it doesn't look like it's going to happen, you still have to do it, because good things come to those who put the work in. There's a famous saying that says, the harder I work, the luckier I get. Yo, the harder you work, the luckier you will get. Hard work always gets rewarded. I have never seen a motherfucker that works hard and fails in the end. I have never seen it. Look, I don't call failures failure. I call failures learning lessons, right? Because the more you learn, the sharper you get. You sharpen your tools. You get better. The more you learn, the sharper you get, and you get better. Wow, Puff Don. I'm gonna drink some water, man. That's real deep right there. The more you learn, the sharper you get. You keep sharpening your knife, you'll become a better swordsman. Wow. You keep putting in the work, you're gonna develop, you're gonna get better at your craft. Alright? Let me drink some water. Listen, man. You cannot do anything without a plan, right? On the first day of the year, I challenge everybody, right? And before I even get into that, a couple years ago, I did not believe in a vision board. I didn't believe that it makes sense, right? I feel like if you want something, you go get it. You just go get it straight up. Get up and go get it, right? But it is good to have a vision board because it helps you to have a structure, right? You want to have a plan. Feel me? So let's say, for example, you want to save $10,000 a month, right? You develop a structure, a vision board, how you're going to hit this target, right? And I don't believe in long-term goals. You might be different, right? But I believe in short-term goals, because short-term goals lead to long-term goals. And the reason why I said I don't believe in long-term goals, because if you have a long-term goal, people oftentimes are not consistent enough to stick with that same plan for a long period of time. But if it's a shorter term, it is much easier for someone to stick to something on a short term versus a longer period of time, right? So if you break up your long-term goals into short-term goals, eventually you're going to achieve that long-term goal. Right? So that's how me as a person, that's how I do my plans. I break it up into pieces. So if I want to lose weight in 12 weeks, I break up my training program in weekly, sometimes even daily, right? 3 days, every 3 days I break it up, sometimes even that, because a lot of people struggle, and I don't want to say a lot of people, I think everybody struggle with consistency and procrastination. And those are two of the hardest things to overcome, right? Even up to today, I struggle with that, right? Because listen, as an example, before I record this video, I got a phone call. Hey, Puff. Hey, we're gonna go out to the city tonight. Let's go right now, man. Let's get on the road. Let's get ready. What you gonna do, right? I could have said, all right, when I come back, I will do the video. Or I could have said, all right, man, I'll do the video tomorrow, and I go hang out, right? But I know that this is a priority, and I know putting off the video means that I put it off tomorrow. Then let's say something happens tomorrow, that video gonna get postponed again, right? But I say no. You guys have to give me some time. It's either we're going to be late or I won't be coming. But I have to record this video first because I know what it's like to struggle with procrastination. And since lately, I have been beating it, right? Just because I start doing what I say I'm going to do when I'm going to do it, right? And that's how you got to approach the new year. There's no shortcuts. You have to do it. You have to do what you say you're going to do, and you have to do it when you said you are going to do it. That is the only way to beat procrastination. You can't do it no other way. You can't say, okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Something's going to happen, and then you won't do it. Listen, man, 2024, you have to visualize stuff. If you want that Mercedes car that you say, oh, I'm dreaming of having a Mercedes, I need that car in 2024, then you have to visualize yourself driving in that Mercedes, right? You have to go out there in the street and you have to really put the grind. Right? Some people would even go ahead and take a screenshot of the car, put it on their wallpaper on their phone to remind them every day why they're working so hard. Right? And that's an example. You have to visualize yourself in the house. If you want that house, you want a 5-bedroom house, you have to visualize yourself in that house. If you want to touch $100,000 in 2024, you have to visualize your bank account with $100,000 in it before you can do anything. Right? I believe in visualization. I believe that anything that you imagine in your brain, you can bring it to life. And that is where a vision board comes in handy. Okay, I want a house, right? I go on the internet. What are the steps in buying a house? Right? You take your notebook out, you write it down. Okay, I need to get my credit good. I need this amount of money for this price house, right? You also need to get in contact with a realtor, right? So you go on Credit Karma or wherever you use to check your credit. You see where your credit is at, and you go and research how to get my credit from where it's at right now to where it needs to be. Right? Then you go ahead, you go on Zillow or whatever app you use, you look at houses, you look at the prices that they are, the type of house you want to get, a 5-bedroom house, you go on Zillow, you put in that feature, 5-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms, however, whatever, you find the prices, you look and you see the average price, let's say for shits and giggles, $500,000, you look to see, you go on Google, how much money do I need as a down payment towards a $500,000 house? Let's say for shits and giggles, it says $10,000. Okay, so you want to buy a house by August, and it's January 1st now. Now you need to figure out a way how to save $10,000 from January 1st to August 1st. And also you need to figure out a way to get your credit from where it's at to where it needs to be by August 1st. Then your third step is to contact a realtor. So you contact a realtor, you talk to the realtor, right? You and he or she sit on the phone, have a conversation, discuss, hey Vaughn, hey Puff, this is how we're going to get you here. From here, we're going to get you from point A to point B by the 1st of August, right? You have a vision board. You are visualizing yourself in the house by the 1st of August. And at the same time you are visualizing yourself, you are getting the work done. So instead of going out every week and have a meal, you stop doing that. You start putting more money in your savings, right? Instead of buying stuff you no longer need, you take that money and you put it into your savings, right? Instead of doing extra stuff that you don't have to do, right? You're gonna miss out on some parties. You're gonna miss out on some events. Maybe you won't even get to see your favorite artists come perform. Maybe you won't have a phenomenal birthday this year, but you're gonna miss out on something because you are working towards your goal. You're working towards your end game, and that is how you get there. You have to put the work in while you're visualizing, right? And you have to be committed, and you have to be consistent. You have to be locked in. You can't have your left foot in and your right foot out. It doesn't work that way. You need to be focused, and you cannot have too much distractions around you. There's a famous saying I learned when I was in prep school: birds together, birds of the same feather flock together, right? There's a famous saying I learned in prep school: birds of the same feather flock together. So if you hang around losers, you are going to be a loser, right? If you hang around people that are not disciplined, you're going to have zero level of discipline. If you hang around people who don't want to save, who don't want to progress, who don't want to grow, you are not going to grow. There's no way. Because their energy is going to pour into your cup, and it's going to affect your energy, and eventually it's going to bring you down. It's like a crab in a barrel effect. That's how it works, bro. So before you even go towards achieve any of your goal, you got to look around your surroundings, your environment, the people who you call friends, the people who you hang out with most of the time. If those people aren't on the same direction as you, are somewhat similar, if they don't want to have a similar game plan, you have to cut them loose, my friend, right? You have to, and I'm not saying you have to cut them off, but you gotta drive a gap between you and them. They can't have as much access as they used to, because now you have your vision board, now you have your goals all written out, now you have your plan, and they're gonna affect your plan. They're working against your plan, so you cannot have them around you, because they're gonna make you feel as if you are doing less, when really and truly you are doing less to achieve more. Yeah. Sometimes you have to do less to achieve more. Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to get 10 steps ahead, right? Yeah, man, for real. But if you want that, if you really need that Mercedes and you really need that house, you will get it. But you have to fix the small things first, right? I read an article the other day when a guy said, if I want to see how your brain is working, all I have to do is come into your bedroom and look. All right, I'm gonna break that down to you, right? It says if your bedroom is organized, then your brain is organized. If your sheet and your bed is spread, your books are organized, maybe in alphabetical order or the number of the volume. If it's organized like that, your shoes is in one area, your clothes are folded, your dishes are clean, and whatever, your room is organized, he knows that your brain is organized. But if he comes into your room and your bed is dusty, your books are over here, your books are over there, your shoes is on the bed, it's all over the place, then he already knows that there's no structure and your brain is not working in an organized fashion. It starts from the small details. As you wake up in the morning, you spread that bed. That's the first thing you do. You go ahead, you get your teeth clean, you brush your teeth, you drink some water, you go use the bathroom, and then you start your day, right? Another article I was reading was that a lot of us struggle to figure out what our purpose is, right? And you can learn your purpose from just observing a dog, right? A dog wakes up every day. His purpose is to what? Protect his family, to eat some food, to chase the mailman, and every day he does the same exact thing. And if a stranger comes, he barks, and if somebody he knows comes, he runs and jumps on them. Every day he does the same thing because he knows what his purpose is. And you can't know your purpose if you don't have a structure. For example, you wake up 5 in the morning, you get up, brush your teeth, spread the bed, right? You go for a run, you come back, take a shower, you get yourself a nice breakfast, you go to work, get off work, you come back, you chill a little, take a shower, eat a dinner, read a book, work on your dream, work on whatever you're trying. If you're trying to write a book, you go ahead and you start writing some literature, right? So you have to have a structure. You have to know exactly what you are supposed to be doing at 10 a.m. in the morning. You can't be wishy-washy. You have to know exactly where you are supposed to be, and that's where a vision board comes in play. And that is the only way you are going to have a phenomenal year in 2024. You have to develop that structure. You have to clean out your environment. You have to change the people around you. You have to change the way you approach certain stuff, right? Listen, And for those who had a plan in 2023, and let's say you did not achieve those goals you set out of, or let's say you are still on the journey to achieving those goals, sometimes you have to change the way how you approach stuff, right? Sometimes you have to modify those goals because situations happens. The rain might fall, man. So you have to modify your goals. You have to work around it now. You have to get better. You have to change certain stuff, and that is life. Nothing is never straightforward. Nothing is never a straight road. There's hills, there's valleys, there's terrains, there's bumps, there's potholes, there's hurdles you gotta jump. That is life. You will never get nothing in life without hurdles. It doesn't work like that. You have to struggle, and struggling gets you stronger, right? Just like you in the gym. If you're working out with a weight, you struggle with the weight, over time, continue to put in the work and eating good, you will master that weight. That's everything in life. Struggling only gets you better. But listen up. For 2024, I want to wish everybody a great year, a phenomenal time. Here at Dawn Podcast, at Akucha Production, we're going to be right throughout the year. We're going to have videos dropping left and right, non-stop. For this year, for myself, I want to be more locked in. I want to be more disciplined. I want to develop more consistency. I want to be 100% committed to the podcast, and that is what I'm doing. I'm visualizing myself doing it, and that's the only thing I'm doing this year. I'm locked in. There's no picking my lock. There's no left foot in and right foot out. We are committed to the cause. We have different people coming, different guests, different conversations. That's all I'm focusing on this year for Dawn Podcast. Hey, man, stay committed, man. Stay locked in. And shout out to everybody who's supporting the channel. We are getting better and better and better and better. Remember, visualization, vision board, and get your hands dirty by doing the work. There's no other way. There's no other avenue. Listen, people won't see your success, but they will see your success, but they won't see the way how you got there. Because you have to put the work in and get your hands dirty. Hey, it's love from Dawn Channel. Shout out to everybody, and I'll see you in 2024. And we're gonna have a wonderful year, a banging year, and you stay safe. And let's get this year started. I'm out.
Focus on the negativity. Wait, these fuckers, they won't like this. Got them all on my head list. I know they won't like this. I know they gon' fight this, but they cannot break this, and they cannot change this. Ain't no nigga like this, oh no. Don't trust the bitches, oh no. Don't trust the niggas, oh no. Don't trust the crackers, oh no. I don't trust nobody, oh no.